Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my review to episode 6 of Helluva Boss, Truth Seekers. So, after nearly 4 months of waiting since the last episode's release at the end of April, we finally get to this, and we were told that this was going to take a while to get out. We were notified about that by Vivian and the crew. Um, they said it was going to take longer to get to, that it was going to be worth it, and goddamn was it worth it. Like, I was eagerly awaiting this, and at the back of my mind there was a part of me that was thinking, like, it can't be worth it. It can't live up to the hype that Viv and the crew are giving to it. It just, it can't. It's too hyped up. And part of that is also because, as you guys may remember, I wasn't really into this at first compared to Has Been Hotel. When the pilots for both of the series came out, I was much more into Has Been Hotel, and Hella Boss didn't really interest me that much. I didn't think the pilot was that entertaining or funny. But as I've stated multiple times now, with each episode of the actual series, Hell of a Boss just continues to impress and improve every time. And this episode is no different. It is by far, I would say, the best episode of this series as of this point. And the plot is really simple. So these government agents are getting wise to what Blitz and the Imp crew are doing. They end up catching them, thanks to, well, catching them off guard, and imprison Blitz and Moxie while the others get away. They then subject Blitz and Moxie to this truth serum gas that causes them to hallucinate, but also come to terms with things that they need to improve on in regards to their relationship, not just as boss and employee, but in terms of, friends in a way. All of this is going on while Millie and Luna are working to save them by infiltrating the government facility and killing the shit out of everyone they come across. And it is so stunningly animated. Like that is definitely the biggest positive, the biggest part about this episode, above anything story related, above anything character related, above any setup it gives to the future. Um, the biggest just improvement that this episode has over previous ones is the animation. The animation is so drastically higher and better and just so much more phenomenal. And not just in these scenes where Blitz and Moxie are hallucinating. Because it's like, yeah, those scenes have some different art styles to them, some unique visuals just in general. So, yeah, those you would expect to be extremely well animated. But the entire thing is so phenomenally animated from start to finish. Even parts that are just super slow and it's just characters talking, just something about the way their expressions and everything are animated stands out more than it ever has before. There's also this really amazing action scene near the end of the episode that is, without question, the best animated thing in this series so far, but is also, in my eyes, without question, probably my favorite part, my favorite scene altogether in this series so far. Just the pure action and the adrenaline and the excitement and the even the humor that's spread throughout it is just so amazing and so top level. You can see why they had to take extra months to work on this. Um, and it's just it progresses so nicely. The pacing of the episode is great. The just everything about it really. But the part that really like brought it even a step beyond all of that is the very ending. And I am going to get into a little bit of a spoiler here, so if you have not seen it, I would definitely suggest checking it out. But I am going to talk about a portion here about the end of the episode that does get into a spoiler about what happens. So, just warning, we will begin with that spoiler in three, two, one, now. Um, the end where Stolas comes in to save mostly Blitz, but all of them. Um, the scene where Stolas comes in and it's the visuals, the audio, the everything is right out of a really good demon possession style like horror film. Like I'm talking like not just like some random horror film that you see like on Shutter or whatever. I'm talking like the really super high quality shit. This the scene where Stolas comes in and you see like the possessions happening. You see uh the one agent like spewing the black blood into the air. You see the pentagrams and the screen's going fuzzy and everything. It's just like everything about that scene when specifically when he's still arriving in that creepy ass way is perfection. Everything about it is absolute perfection. The again, the visuals, the audio, the voice acting, the the just the stylistic choices they made and how hard they went into the actual horror of it. They made it legitimately scary. And for a series that is so steeped in comedy, that's honestly very surprising. Because, yeah, of course, Helluva Boss and Has Been Hotel, of course, they have some horror elements to them. No one's going to deny that. But for this to go full on horror, for it to go so heavy into that, where it's not holding back at all, it's brilliant. It was such a brilliant move. It showcased the power of Stolas as a Lord of Hell. And it was just so damn effective in taking this character who's been very goofy and comical and everything, and I mean, likable still, but very silly, kind of. And it makes him legitimately and utterly horrifying in the best possible way. It makes him so fucking scary, and it's like, it's legitimate nightmare fuel. And it's funny because, like, shortly after he goes back to his, like, goofy, hypersexual self, and it's like, okay. Um, it's so damn good. Um, and it just that's what sold me on this episode more than anything else. And everything else was so fantastic. And I still stand by that the scene with the fight was probably the best scene in the series so far. But the Stolas arrival scene is definitely number two then. And honestly, I'd say that they're in contention with each other. Like they're very close. Um, but either way, that scene, the Stolas arriving and everything, it's partially just because I am so into series that aren't. I said this before. I love it when a series that isn't like very specifically horror focused all the time tackles horror in such an effective way. Stuff like the episode of Samurai Jack, Jack in the Haunted House, the Powerpuff Girls Abracadabra episode, stuff like that. Um, where it's like these shows have had elements of horror randomly strewn about, but they're not about horror. It's not like Courage the Cowardly Dog, where that's the main underlying theme of the series. And that's kind of, again, that's the same thing here. There has been elements of horror in this series for sure, but it's not about horror. And so them tackling horror so effectively, so powerfully in this episode, it made a difference. It mattered. It stood out. And I'm just I'm awestruck by how well it was done. And in the end, it's implied that because the agents have footage and everything of everything that went down, that they'll be a threat going forward. And who knows? They might be. But we also see in the episode that Blitz is still thinking about Stryker. He's still thinking about Verosika. Um, we see that in his drug trip vision. Um, so those looming threats are still on the horizon as well, and it's like we're kind of gathering this gallery of enemies, and I almost feel like it might just completely overload at some point, and either we're gonna face them all in one big battle or something, or they're going to come back one by one or something. I don't know, but it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be utterly insane. And honestly, I'm here for it. I think that the crew is going to make it work in the best ways that they can. Sorry for rubbing my eye so much. I don't know. I think something got in there, maybe an eyelash. Um, but it's such a fucking good episode that I'm more hyped than ever. And I don't know how long it's going to take before the next episode. I don't know if we're going to be going back to the month long wait. I don't know if we're going to have multiple months in between, like we did between these last two episodes. I don't know. But if we have to wait multiple months again, I feel like they're going to make it worth it again. And either way, I have faith in what they're doing with this series. I mean, I was already hooked in, but I'm fully into this now. I'm fully invested. I'm fully just completely immersed. And I mean, that's just a testament to how good the writing is, how good the characters are, the visuals, the voice acting, the audio work. Everything is just so fucking good, and not at all what I would have ever expected. And I am curious how Moxie and Blitz's growths in terms of their interactions and everything with each other. I wonder how that's going to affect things going forward. Because Moxie kind of learned that he needs to be a lot more upfront about his feelings and his thoughts in regards to how Blitz handles things. And Blitz basically learned that he has to stop pushing people away. That he has to stop being so aggressively just cruel in a way, and to just kind of be there for the people in his life when needed. And so I am genuinely wondering where that's going to go, if it is going to go much of anywhere in the future. I also like that this episode was the first time we really got to see Luna in action. Like we've kind of seen her do a couple things here and there before, but she's always been that character who mostly just stands back and lets the others take care of things. Even in the spring break episode, she just lured the victims to Blitz, Millie, and Moxie. They did all the work. But here we get to see her in action, and it is glorious. She really, like, they make full use of her being a hellhound and everything. They make full use of her viciousness and everything, and it's fantastic. And Millie is great as ever. There's one specific moment in this episode with Millie that was so absolutely stunningly animated. and also just captured her character. I feel like, well, at least a part of her character, really perfectly. And that was when Moxie and Blitz were first taken, and Millie and Luna were ended up on the other side of the portal as it closed. And Millie's just like kind of like banging and clawing at the wall, like tears coming down her face and everything. And it's like you could see the desperation and fear in her eyes, and just the way it's animated, it's just absolutely stunning. And again, Moxie and Blitz do fantastic. There's even this scene where they're just completely fucking with the agents who are just trying to question them and everything. And Blitz and Moxie are so perfectly in sync with how they're fucking with these agents. It is honestly glorious. um, but yeah, overall, I adored this episode. I thought it was definitely the best episode of the series so far, and I can't wait to see what else they've got. I believe there's 8 episodes. I want to say for the season planned. Um, I think it's 8. So we only have a couple episodes left, at least for this season, and who knows how long it's going to take between seasons too. I don't know what their plans for that are. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I really can't wait to see where they end this season and what they do to make it just bigger and better than ever. But in the meantime, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode, episode 6 of Helluva Boss? And just let me know your thoughts on all of the specific stuff I mentioned, all the different moments I brought up. And if I forgot to mention anything that you want to hear my thoughts on, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I would love to just give some more insights into my thoughts on it, and especially because I'll probably have seen it multiple times again um, by that point. So I might be able to even talk more about things, anyways. But either way, like I said, tell me your thoughts, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.